Hi, my name is Shinda Shirin and my register number is UA15CS356. So the aim of this program is to to create two interfaces. One is maths operable, which has the functions addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modular division, along with another interface that is the trigonometric operables of functions sine, cosine, and tan. Now we should also create two other classes in order to implement these functions using integer and floating points. So first off, I've created an interface called maths operable, which has the following functions: add, sub, multiplication, division, and mod with the parameters int a and int b. Then I've also created another interface called trigonometric operables, which has sine, cosine, and tan functions with the necessary parameters. Now I've created a class called math_ops, which implements the math operable functions. So I've overridden all of the functions, that is add, sub, multiply, everything with different parameters, and I return the specific functions of that particular operation. Here as for add x plus y and for sub x minus y and etc. Now similarly, for I've created a class called trigops, which implements the trigonometric operables. I've once again overridden the function sine with the parameters op and integer, opposite and hypotenuse, and return opposite divided by hypotenuse. The same goes for cosine as well as tan. Now I created a main class called test with public static void main function. Now I have created a do-while loop in which the mathematical operation which is required for the user to be performed is given by the user. That is, one is math operable and the second one is trigonometric operables. So now I created a using scanner class, I get the input from the user as A. Now here I've also created an object for the math ops, and along with an object for of trig ops, in order to call the functions of those particular classes. Now here earlier we have seen that I've declared I created a scanner class object A. Now if A is equal to 1, that is equal to 1, it goes to the math operable functions, which is add, subtract, multiply, divide, and modular division. So in case 1, addition operation is done, in which the object an object is created for that is the object earlier created for math operable is used to call the function add. Now here I've declared two other scanner class objects in order to get the input from the user, and here using the object created in math operable, that is m as we call it, the add function is called with the c and d as the parameters. And as you can see here, I've declared int e is equal to m dot add c comma d, because the value which after the addition operation is gotten is stored in the integer variable e, and finally the value is printed in e. Now, the similar way, the same operation is done in both in all subtraction, multiplication, division, and modular division functions of the particular class math operables. Now, if else if a is equal to 2, that is if the user presses 2, then adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse values are gotten from the user. And finally, I created an object called b is equal to the scanner object b, and using switch case, we have three cases in order to calculate sine, cosine, and tan. Now, as you know, the sine formula is opposite by hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent by hypotenuse, and tan is opposite by adjacent. So, whatever values that you give whatever values you give, according to the formula, your sine and cosine and tan operations are done. So in the same way, I've stored it in a float variable s, and the output is given as yes. So the same goes for cosine as well as tan, and as seen in math operables, an object of type math variable is of trig ops is created, and using that object you call the functions of that class math ops, trig ops. So now I run the program, Okay, so I give the mathematical operation 1, and just for an example I give add. So I enter the elements 5 and 8, so I get the value as 13. So this similar happens for every single operation of the mathematical maths operables. So I'm just going to skip to trigonometric operation, that is 2. Now I give an adjacent value of 66, 8, and hypotenuse is 3. Okay, so now I give the option 2, that is cosine. The formula of cosine is adjacent by hypotenuse, so I have to give the value. Now as you can see, you get the value as 2.2.0. Since it's a floating, since I have given the data type as float, and since the formula of cosine is adjacent by hypotenuse, 66 is divided by 3 and you get the value as 22.0. So this is my program, and thank you.